The message came on a Tuesday. Earth's representatives to the Galactic Council were summoned without warning and informed of their planet's expulsion from the interstellar community. No appeals, no negotiations. Earth was declared a quarantine zone, effective immediately. Your species is too unpredictable, the council elder had stated, mandibles clicking with what humans had learned to recognize as contempt. Too volatile, too dangerous to remain part of the civilized galaxy. Captain James Walker stood at the bridge viewport of the UES Relentless, watching as alien ships systematically dismantled Earth's orbital defense platforms. Humanity's first and only warship hung back, outnumbered 50-1. They had been ordered not to engage. "What's the casualty count?" he asked, voice tight. 6,000 in the lunar colony attacks, sir, his communications officer replied. The mining stations on Mars aren't responding at all. The Council had acted with swift brutality. Earth was to be isolated, cut off from all spacefaring technology. The message was clear. Remain on your world or be destroyed. 5 years passed. Earth nations unified under a single banner for the first time in history. Not through peace or diplomacy, but through a shared purpose, survival and vengeance. Dr. Emma Reed wiped sweat from her brow as she examined the alien wreckage. One of the Council enforcers had crashed during the Exodus, and the technology they'd salvaged had accelerated human progress by centuries. The drive core is intact, she told General Martinez. Their FTL system operates on principles we never considered. It doesn't bend space, it steps through it. Martinez nodded. How soon can we replicate it? 6 months, maybe less. The general's eyes hardened. Make it 3. 8 years after Earth's abandonment, the human fleet was ready. 17 warships, constructed in secret underground facilities, each carrying weapons that would have been unthinkable a decade ago. Admiral Walker reviewed the mission briefing with his captains. The plan was simple but daring. Strike the nearest Council outpost, acquire their navigation data, and disappear before reinforcements arrived. Remember, Walker told them, we're not just fighting for vengeance. We're fighting for our right to exist among the stars. The raid was a success beyond their wildest expectations. Not only did they secure the navigation data, but they captured 3 intact Council vessels and a database containing communication protocols for the entire galactic network. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session when the Traxxas outpost went dark. Initial reports suggested pirate activity, but surveillance footage revealed the impossible: human ships moving with technologies they shouldn't possess. This is concerning, Elder Kaller admitted, but hardly a crisis. Their technological inferiority. The transmission from Outpost Myriad interrupted him. Humans had struck again, this time in a major trade hub. 5 defensive cruisers destroyed, hundreds dead, and the humans had broadcast a message across all frequencies. You abandoned us. You tried to cage us. You will learn why that was your greatest mistake. Over the next 3 years, human raids intensified. They never attacked civilian targets, focusing instead on military installations and government facilities. They captured technology, gathered intelligence, and disappeared into the void before Council forces could respond. The galaxy began to whisper about the Ghost Fleet. Some species quietly admired human resilience. Others feared what would happen if they were ever targeted. Lieutenant Anna Davis led her squad through the darkened corridors of the Council's primary research facility. Their mission: extract any data on biological weapons the Council might be developing against Earth. 30 seconds until security reset, her tech specialist whispered. The squad moved with practiced efficiency, planting charges and downloading terabytes of classified research. As they prepared to extract, Davis discovered something unexpected: logs detailing deliberations before Earth's expulsion. Earth hadn't been quarantined for being dangerous. They'd been quarantined because human innovation was advancing too quickly. The Council had feared humanity would soon eclipse their oldest members in technological capability. They didn't fear what we'd done, Davis realized. They feared what we would become. The Council finally offered negotiations after losing their 12th deep space military base. The meeting was set on neutral territory, an abandoned mining asteroid. Admiral Walker represented Earth, flanked by officers who had fought since the beginning. Elder Kaller led the council delegation, his species' iridescent plating dulled with age. We underestimated humanity's resourcefulness, he admitted. No, Walker countered. You underestimated our memory. You abandoned millions to die, thinking we would accept your judgment of our worth. The negotiations were tense. The council offered reinstatement with limited privileges. Earth demanded full membership and reparations for the attacks on their colonies. Why should we trust any agreement? Walker asked. You've proven your word means nothing. Because, Elder Kaller replied, mandibles twitching, we've just discovered the Void Swarm has breached the galactic barrier. The galaxy needs humanity's unpredictability. Walker's expression remained impassive, but inwardly he smiled. The intelligence network humanity had built during their years of exile had already informed them about the Void Swarm, a hive-mind entity that consumed everything in its path. The council was desperate. We will consider your request for alliance, Walker said. But understand this, humanity joins as equals, not supplicants. The days of Earth bowing to the council are over. As Walker departed the negotiations, he received word that Earth's Shadow Fleet had positioned itself around 12 critical council worlds, a contingency plan if negotiations failed. Humanity had been abandoned by the stars, left to die alone in the cold darkness of space. Instead, they had forged their isolation into strength and their pain into resolve. The galaxy had tried to extinguish humanity's flame. Instead, they had ignited a wildfire that would never again be contained.